Beware of spoilers.
Have you ever wondered how a story would turn out if the villains were actually smart? Most of us have consumed an infinite number of movies and TV shows, where villains deliver a lengthy and cringy speech that provides the heroes a chance to change the ties within the plot so they can turn out victorious. However, there are clear examples of a villain's lack of intelligence. Let's take a look at Grand Admiral Thrawn. On Ahsoka Episode 6, Sabine witnesses Thrawn's return, who has been stranded in another galaxy. Sabine is only there because she wants to find Ezra Bridger. Thrawn helps her with provisions and a way of transportation, but instructs Baylan Skoll and his apprentice to follow her, so they can kill Sabine and Ezra. I'm sorry, but what? You mean to tell me that Thrawn, a so-called major threat to the galaxy, was around Ezra for years but never actually bothered to look for him and kill him? And instead he waits until another Jedi comes searching for him? Why would he do that? He had nothing else to do, and I believe that would have been a priority. And what makes this even more dumb is that at another point in the episode, Thrawn tells Morgan Elsbeth that they could just leave Ezra and Sabine behind, stranded in that galaxy. That's true, but then why would he even bother sending Baylan Skoll and his apprentice to go and kill them? Wasn't it unnecessary? Most villains seem to be dumb, like Thrawn, which leads to the audience not really sensing any amount of danger that could harm the hero. This is obvious when we don't see any type of consequences branching out from the villain's actions. Because of how this show has been structured, I believe that Thrawn will outlive this first season. However, I don't think they're gonna use a major cliffhanger that would provoke a time of uncertainty, like we saw, for example, on Avengers Infinity War. That movie was special because the villain didn't seem to make a lot of dumb choices. Thanos was focused on collecting the Infinity Stones so he could wipe out half of the universe's population, and he was able to do so. Seeing the Avengers defeated and extending their downfall until the next Avengers movie made the audience feel that Thanos was a real threat. In the case of Star Wars, the same can be said of Darth Sidious, a character that the audience can watch unfold as a political animal and how he's able to manipulate both the Republic and the Jedi Order. Ahsoka Episode 6 is unable to deliver a villain that's smart, but I have to admit that the acting was on point. I believe that most of the time, writers try to portray villains like little Napoleons or Hitlers, like small and loud men. But Thrawn is calm and he doesn't have to yell because when he speaks, people listen. This was a key aspect of his character. Ahsoka takes a backseat during most of this episode, but she shares quite an interesting moment with Huyang. While they're traveling through the hyperspace inside a Purgil, the droid offers to tell an old story he used to share back when he was training younglings at the Jedi Temple. Ahsoka doesn't want to hear any story at first, but then she agrees. When Huyang starts his narration, he precedes the tale with an ominous "a long time ago" in a galaxy far, far away. I thought it was a meta moment that was actually pretty well executed, and made me wonder if perhaps all Star Wars content came out of Huyang telling a story, which probably isn't the case because there's a lot of stuff that he wouldn't be able to know. But anyways, it was a great line from the droid. Another moment that I imagine was pretty emotional for people who actually watched Rebels is Sabine's reunion with Ezra. I didn't watch Rebels, so it didn't mean much to me. But I have to say the creatures that lived with him were cute. Movie fans, I give this episode a 7 out of 10. Cool moments, dummy villain. But what do you think? Do you give it a higher or lower score? Comment below, like, subscribe, and for now, I'm out.